But yeah, Commissioner Dunn is on a flight coming home right now. And at this time, I will call the Paulding County Board of Commissioners January 11th, 2022 meeting to order. And again, thank you all for being here. I don't see any elected officials in the room. Am I overlooking anybody? I'll ask the marshal to bring the list of those wishing to speak today.
The district attorney.
Yeah. Well, he's assigned, but we're going to elect him next time. Doris Debbie is the city council for Hiram. Thank you for being here, Doris. So if you've got a device still turned on, it'd be a good time to silence that. And I'm so excited this morning to have Pastor John Morgan with Westridge Church, the pastor of care at Westridge Church, bring us our invocation and lead us in the pledge to the flag. So Pastor John, if you'd come forward to the podium at this time and stand if you're able.
Let us pray. Eternal wise God, we thank you for this opportunity to live in this land of opportunity, a land governed by your righteous judgments and laws. We pray for the work of these boards of commissioners. Bless their lives and the works of their hands. And we just ask you, Father God, that you would humble us to treat one another with equity and respect. We love you and we thank you for a land that is marked by good government. For we ask these and all other blessings in the matchless and powerful name of Jesus Christ, in whom we live, move, and have our being. Amen. All right, pledge to the flag. Let's repeat together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks so much, Pastor Morgan. Much appreciated. The December 14th, 2021 work session minutes and the board meeting minutes for that same day are available for review. Under the announcements, I always enjoy the Team Paulding segment where we're going to recognize another Employee of the Month.
Jessica has worked here for 20 years as the billing supervisor. She started when she was in college part-time and just worked her way up. She handles all of the bills that go out to the general public. She takes care of everything before the bills leave the building, rechecking everything, working closely with the meter techs, making sure that they're doing their job. And anything else that I ask of her. She's my left hand.
I nominated Jessica Singleton because she has been helping Paulding DOT as we've been working towards our streetlight audit that we try to do every couple of years. And she has been a huge asset in helping us work through each and everybody's individual account. And Jessica has been a huge asset in helping us to not only keep our records up to date, but to back check everything that we've needed.
We nominated Jessica because I literally put her through a lot. I mean, emails, phone calls daily. And if it wasn't one phone call in the morning, it was another phone call in the evening. Mm-hmm. Hey, did you get a chance to look at this? Hey, did you look at this? And I feel that she went above and beyond.
She's the heart and soul of our billing department. She gets along with everybody, and she's a hard worker.
I wanted to say thank you, that it really meant a lot to me and to Andrea to make our jobs easier. A lot of times you hit a stone wall when you work with other departments, and it really meant a lot that she went out of her way to make it as easy as possible and even offer information we didn't even know was there. So that meant a lot to me.
I still want to keep her and use her and all the above, so yeah. She's mine. I love Jessica.
Well, congratulations to Jessica Singleton, who obviously does an outstanding job. Thank you for the team, the public information team, for putting that together. One of the things I like to do on the first meeting of the year, which of course this is do some recognitions and reaffirmations, and for the commissioners here on the panel to actually recognize that we do have a mission, vision, and values that we should think of daily, I think, that we live by. And I've asked a friend and a county leader, Robert Owens, to come to the podium and share the mission, vision, and values. Robert's on the Wellstar board. He's on the Zoning Board of Appeals board here in the county, and is very active in his county and in his church. And thank you, Robert, for being here today.
Thank you, Chairman and Commissioners, for the opportunity to read these statements. I appreciate it. Happy New Year. So the first one is the mission. With unity and purpose, work to enhance the citizens' quality of life by maximizing resources to make Paulding County a better place to live, work, and play. And the second one, the vision. The Paulding County Board of Commissioners will operate as an effective and efficient governing body on behalf of the citizens of Paulding County to make Paulding County the preeminent place in the Atlanta metropolitan area to live, work, and play. And the third one is the values. Paulding County has heart. And H is for honesty, E is for excellent, A is for accountability, R is for respect, and T is for teamwork and transparency. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, Robert.
Yep.
Coming from a citizen, that's what means a lot to me.
They misspelled heart.
Do they? You're talking about the real heart. Also, what I like to do, and of course with the pandemic still around and this new Omicron, or however you say it, we don't have all the department heads here this morning, but it's a time for them both to recommit to their jobs, and it's a time for us as a board to reaffirm their positions. And they are the heartbeat. They are what gets things done around Paulding County. So, with the help of my fellow commissioners, we're going to just say their names, their departments, and their years of service. So, I'm honored to be able to introduce County Engineer Bruce Cole, who's given 36 years of service. In all those years, he has been our county engineer.
Well, next up is Joey Palfrey. He is our chief for the fire department. Been here 26 years, 8 years as a department head.
Next would be Chief over Tax Assessors James Stokes, 26 years of service, 11 years as department head.
We've got Director Tim Atchison, our fleet maintenance director. He's been with us for 25 years, and he's been in that role as director for 25 years.
Michael Justice, Parks and Recreation. Years of service, 25. Years as a department head, 25.
Deidre Holden, voter registration. She's been working for the county for a quarter century, 15 years as department head.
Ms. Tabitha Pollard, who's the Director of Finance. She has given 24 years of service, and 17 of that has been as the Director of Finance, the Comptroller.
Next up is James Hess. He's our chief marshal. Trevor's been with us 23 years of service and 4 years as a department head, doing a great job.
Next would be Tara Palmer, Director of Human Resources. She's been with the county for 21 years, 2 years as a department head.
We have Will Lyons, our IT director. He's been here 21 years and been director for 21 years.
Rebecca Meredith, she takes care of the Board of Commissioners. She has been with us for 19 years and 4 years as a department head.
George Jones, department head for the Department of Transportation, 18 years with the county and 5 years as a department head.
And Mr. Scott Green, the Director of Operations, 18 years of service. I think about 16 of that was as the Director of DOT, and then the last 2 to 4 years, what does it say on here? He has been the Director of Operations.
All right, next up, we got David Mumford. He is over our Emergency 911 Center. Dave has been with us for 17 years, and he's been in charge for 17 years.
Next, we have Ann Littman, Director of Community Development. 8 years of service, 8 years as the department head.
We have our Water System Director, Lori Ashmore. Lori's with us today. She's been with us for 6 years and been Director for 6 years. Thank you, Lori.
Jimmy Renfro, Director of Building Maintenance. He has 6 years of service and 5 years as a department head.
And that's it. Let's give them a thanks and a round of applause. We have no one that's signed up to speak on agenda items under the consent agenda. I'd like to work this in a teamwork fashion, the same way we just did the department heads, where I'll start with item number 3, and we'll move on to Chuck, and we'll just rotate the same way we did. So you won't get.
Chair, just want to make sure we're right on the agenda. After invited guest bid awards.
Thank you, Vic. So before we get started on the consent agenda, let's finish up the bid awards. Item number 2, which is to approve the award of the state courtroom number 2 millwork package to the lowest responsible bidder. Ms. Pollard and Mr. Green.
I'm going to report on this for the procurement as well as the management of the bid. Paulding County, working through an architect, Rickman Architecture, has solicited 7 millwork companies for state courtroom number 2 millwork. This is the last, I'd say, critical path item we have on the state court, so I'm very happy to bring this to you today. We did receive 1 bid, which is in line with our budget, and it is from a company that has excellent references. Therefore, we're very confident in recommending award of this particular project. Other parts of this project are smaller. You don't see all of those parts, but I would like to report that we are very well underway, and I'm happy to see our progress here lately. I know Frank Baker is very happy also. He's been on this like laser focused for a long time now. I appreciate his help, Tabitha's help, and particularly building maintenance in managing the subcontractors on this project. With that, I invite y'all to come see the project progress. I've got photos if you'd rather, and check it out. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
We're very well briefed up as a result of your good briefings. Thank you. Next, we have from reports of committees and departments, Ms. Tara Palmer with with Human Resources, the director, to speak of the Safety Grant Award that we recently received.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm pleased to announce that Paulding County was selected again to receive the Workers' Comp Employee Safety Grant. This is the 3rd year in a row that we've got this grant. The first year we were able to buy new AEDs for the fire department and the senior center. Second year we bought new bulletproof vests for our marshals department. And so this year, along with Colonel Hunton, we were able to purchase items for the sheriff's office. We got dash cams, we got earpieces, we got duty nights, we got gloves, we got masks. So the grant is $10,000. And so this grant can be used to provide training, equipment, services that's eligible. So I'm happy to do this. I hope next year we'll get the grant and we'll pick another department. My goal is to recognize each department and let them select what they need for their employees. So, do you have any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job, Tara.
Now the consent agenda, the consideration of the following items, and we'll go down the line and take turns just so it'll be a little bit more exciting, hopefully. Number 3 is to confirm the 2022 Paulding County Transfer Station designated schedule. You're next.
Oh, my bad. Authorize the chairman to execute a no increase renewal with the NGL and erosion control for the fiscal year 2022 countywide shoulder maintenance service contracts in the amount of $854,622. The contract provides multiple cycles for mowing, trimming, and litter pickup up on 521 miles of county roads and 21 miles of 4-lane state highways.
Number 5, the Paulding County Sheriff's Office requests approval to retire surplus Deputy Courtney Thornhill's service weapon, Glock Model 21, serial number SWF597, cost $469.
Mr. Chairman, number 6 is acceptance of the listed street in Brookside Phase 3 for perpetual maintenance. Those roadways are Valley Brook Way, Hemlock Glen, Sweet Gum Trace, and Redbud Run.
This is for the Paulding County Airport Authority Board. It's with a 4-year term ending December 31st, 2025. Our BOC appointment is Sam Hill, and we will vote on that this afternoon.
Number 8 is the appointment of Tommy Morris and Alex Crenshaw to the Greater West Georgia Development Authority.
Number 9 is the Fire Advisory Board with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2022. The chairman's appointment is Emery Gordy. Post 1 appointment is Matt Mason. Post 2 appointment is Randy Richards. Post 3 appointment is Robert Owens, and Post 4 appointment is Chris Wheeler.
Number 10, Planning and Zoning Commission with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2022. The chairman's appointee is going to be Deborah Seaver. Post 1 appointment, James Steele. Post 2 appointment, Ellis Aston. Post 3 appointment, Roger Leggett. And Post 4 appointment, Jody Palmer.
And the Paulding County Water Sewer Advisory Board with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2022. Chairman's appointment, Bobby Hollis. Chairman's appointment, Bobby Maddox. Chairman's appointment, David Barnett. Post 1 appointment, Jeremiah Fields. Post 2 appointment, Michael Creighton. Post 3 appointment, Jim Smith. Post 4 appointment, Wayne Kirby.
Number 12, appoint Todd Tibbetts to the Cemetery Preservation Commission as the chairman's appointee with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2022.
Zoning Board of Appeals with a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2022. Lamar Clark, chairman's appointment. Dave Roberts, Post 1 appointment. Jack Hart, Post 2 appointment. Robert Owens, Post 3 appointment. And Jerry Johnson, Post 4 appointment.
Item 14, Animal Control Hearing Board with a 1-year term ending December 31, 2022. Jason Flatt, chairman's appointment. Jessica Gullett, Post 1 appointment. Jennifer Farrell, Post 2 appointment. Mandy Brower, Post 3 appointment. Suzanne Baker, Post 4 appointment.
Item number 15 is to appoint Randy Pullen as the chairman's appointee to the Board of Ethics with a 4-year term ending December 31st, 2025.
Number 16, Economic Development Incorporated for a 1-year term ending in December 31st, 2022. Sandy Caker is the chairman's appointment. Keith Dunn is Post Commissioner's appointment. Matt Buzelli is the Board of Commission appointment. And Greg Perry is rounds out the last Board of Commission appointment.
Number 17, appoint Jeff Hunton as the chairman's appointee to the Industrial Building Authority with a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2024.
Thank you all for helping with that. Makes it a little more interesting. Under old business, we have none. Under new business, item number 18 is public hearing for the State Route 92 Hiram Sewer Extension. So at this time, I'll call the public hearing to order. And Ms. Ashmore is going to brief us on this Hiram Sewer Extension.
To introduce this, the State Route 92 Hiram Sewer Extension, as you know, we've applied for funding and approved the funding documents for the Clean Water Act state revolving funds. And that we are, as part of that, we went back and had to engage in more environmental analysis. And part of that in submitting it is to conduct, have an opportunity for the public to ask questions and comment. Tim Blades with Prime Engineering is our project manager, and he's here to give you a brief overview. He's also brought other members of Prime Engineering's team here today, and if there are people that don't want to speak that have questions, they have a set of plans with them, and we can be available after the meeting in the lobby.
Thank you.
Oh, let's get you.
Thank you, Ms. Ashmore. Really appreciate it. And thank you for the Board of Commissioners for giving us this opportunity to speak today. As discussed, this is a public hearing as part of the requirements for the state revolving fund. So we'll highly encourage the public that's here today, if y'all have any questions, please to speak up regarding this project. I'm pretty sure that most of the commissioners are aware of this project and the significance of it. The main driving force behind this project is the economic development along Highway 92 going into Hiram. And there's currently, right now, there's no sewer service along the highway, and the septic systems are in a failing condition due to poor soil conditions. So also there's going to be an environmental improvement related to this project, and that really helped with getting this funding as well. So just want to go through, I've got a few pictures here. This won't take a long time because it's a fairly simple project. This is the map showing the route of the sewer. The red square that you see at the top of the map is the existing Hiram lift station, and then the darker green line is an existing gravity flow pipe that feeds that pump station, and we are simply connecting to the gravity that's existing with the light green line. We're extending it along Mill Creek, and then we're coming up on the side of the highway to go into Hiram. And you can see kind of the local businesses that are already currently along that road. The plan is to provide service to those, and then also, as you can see, there's room for additional growth in that commercial corridor. This is just a picture of the current lift station. This lift station was constructed back around 2015, 2016, so it's fairly new, and it serves the city of Hiram. It is owned by Paulding County, as you're probably aware. This is just the corridor where the proposed sewer line is going to go. That's the, you kind of see the bridge where the Mill Creek is, and we'll be crossing that creek with the new sewer pipe. This is on the opposite side of that same creek, and you can just see the route where we're going to be in. The sewer line's going to be a 12-inch diameter, and it's going to be a little bit over 1,500 lineal feet. So not a really long project, but a good project. This just shows more of the commercial district. You can see that it is developed, so there's going to be a lot of coordination that we have to do with the local businesses. And we're also, with it being on a state highway, we'll have to have safety and traffic control coordinated through Georgia Department of Transportation. This is just, again, further down in the corridor. There on the opposite side, you see a Dollar General store. That just to kind of help you get oriented. And that completes really the pictures that I have to show you, and just wanted to give you an update on this project. And if you have any questions, we'll entertain those at this time.
Could you talk about the dates, the schedule?
I did not. The plan is to, we're under design, so we're about at 60% design. So the plan is in the next probably 2 to 3 months to get the project moving forward with the county staff and get that ready to put out for bid. And the construction will probably take around 6 to 9 months. So I'd say probably by the end of the year, we're hoping to have the project completed.
Thank you.
Now, is it going to be serving both sides of 92?
Yes, that is the plan.
Any other questions? Any citizens that would like to comment? It's still open. Thought I opened it. Okay, Miss Debbie, would you like to ask a question?
My question is, as you're coming down from Douglasville heading towards Hiram, where the library is, those, like we have a path road that goes back to our house. How long will that be? Because we have no other way in or out. So if they're digging and putting sewer lines in, how do we get in and out of our street?
We'll coordinate that with the contractor to minimize it, but normally when we're crossing driveways or when the contractor's doing his work to cross driveways, we require that they keep access to all property. This is for safety, for fire protection, if there happens to be a fire or any kind of, got to get an emergency vehicle back there. And normally those crossings, they can normally do those in about a day. So you're not talking about a long period of time, but yes, we will make sure that's coordinated with all the businesses and any residential.
It's like we're way behind, so it's just a very small path road, one way in and one way out. That's why I was questioning.
Okay, well, and I'm not exactly sure where that's located at.
Library, house, road,
Yes.
back.
If you wanted to get with us after the meeting, we could look at it and see, if that's going to be an impact. There might be something we can do where we route the sewer right now to avoid that if possible.
Thank you.
I think I used the wrong terminology. I said it called the public session to order, public hearing to order, but I should say we're opening the public hearing. Any of the rest of the public like to come to the podium and speak or approve, disapprove? Everybody good up here?
Mr. Chair, I do actually have a question. A lot of times those of us in government take sewer and septic for granted, all right? And we assume that everybody else in the world knows why it's perhaps more desirable to have sewer than it is to have septic.
Okay.
So in this commercial corridor, which is served by septic systems, what type of businesses will this now open up to as a result of sewer being installed there?
Okay, yes, that's a great question. I probably should have touched on a little bit more, but currently right now that area is limited because, like I said, those the septic systems that are there, for a Dollar General, it's a very small system. So you're also limited in the type of businesses that could locate there with a septic system. But with the other systems failing, I think the county is restricting, no additional growth that would be on septic. So with the gravity sewer, and it being a 12-inch line, there's not there's a lot of capacity, and that was part of the study that we looked at, was sizing that pipe to serve the current businesses that are there, but also any future growth that might occur. So to answer your question, I mean, there's as long as the flow is less than what the capacity of that pipe that's available, we could serve those with the sewer system.
Let me add to that. We have had businesses in this corridor. There are some of the locations where a business of equal water using cannot locate in those commercial buildings any longer because the septic tanks are unable to support it. And as we have sewer in that area, then we'll be able to handle those more intensive water using businesses. I think of one was a hair salon. They can't replace a hair salon in a location that was previously a hair salon because of the amount of water that's discharged.
Would you refresh the public and those listening online the grant that we received?
We've received the Appalachian Regional Commission grant in an amount of approximately $600,000, as well as GFA award of the loan for $1.1 million.
No one else has any remarks. Thank you so much for your presentation, and at this time I'll close the public hearing.
Thank you very much.
Item number 19 is discuss action to accept on behalf of the Paulding County Judicial Circuit the approved American Rescue Plan Act grant, ARPA, that was awarded to Paulding County's Judicial Circuit. We're proud to have with us Matthew Rollins and Allison to present and help us understand what's going on here.
All right. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, thank you. You're giving a lawyer a microphone and a captive audience. I like it. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of you for your service. I'll even thank Jason. It takes a lawyer to thank a lawyer. Nobody else appreciates us. So what I'm here to talk about is the ARPA. To understand where this is coming from, we have to understand how the COVID has impacted the court system across the country, but Paulding County specifically. Without trials, the Supreme Court had shut us down for a great deal of time, meaning that we could not hold jury trials because we couldn't put that many people together in one location. And that slows up and creates a backlog within the court system, meaning since we've opened back up and we are trying cases again, the offense dates or the arrest dates for those crimes are 2015, 2016. It's taken that long to get to trial because COVID has created this backlog. And it's created the backlog across the country. We've already taken actions. Your judges have taken action, and their court schedule for this coming year is quite expansive by increasing the number of court days to help to address the backlog of cases. This does stretch the courthouse personnel, not just the district attorney's office, but all the departments in the courthouse. It stretches the personnel among those courtrooms. ARPA stands for the American Rescue Plan Act. ARPA is federal money that was allocated to the state of Georgia. The governor recently allocated $110 million of those ARPA funds, of those federal funds, to the court system. They established a way in which each judicial jurisdiction can apply for the use of those funds through their chief judge. The money is paid over a 3-year period with 1-year grants. So we apply for the grant, we're approved for a certain amount for 1 year, and then we have to reapply for the next year. And the total $110 million will be paid out over a 3-year period. Allison Bryant, our courthouse administrator, worked with Chief Judge Tony Beavers to develop our application for the Paulding judicial system, working with each of the department heads to develop a total plan for use of the funds. This plan includes funding for senior judges, to come in to increase the court calendars. It'll also be paying for 152 days of a pro hoc vice juvenile court judge, so we'll be able to open up and utilize the second juvenile court courtroom to process those cases. It'll be paying for clerks, and it'll be paying for district attorney's office personnel. It is a cohesive plan that had to be submitted to the AOC for their approval. I will say, based upon the work that Ms. Bryant and Chief Judge Tony Beavers, the AOC granted or approved our entire request. We submitted our numbers to the AOC, given the backlog. They looked at all of it, looked at our plan, and approved the entire request, which was approximately $1.3 million. It is 100% grant paid temporary employees. So this is temporary employees. Their funding for those positions are not guaranteed past December 31st. We'll be reapplying. We expect, and we've been told, that the allocation of that grant money will be decreased every year. So after this first year, the next year's reward will be about 75% of what we received this year. So these are temporary funds. There is no match requirement from the county. What is required from the county is that the initial cost on a monthly basis is paid by the county, and then those bills are submitted to the state, and it's reimbursed through those federal funds. Our intent in the courthouse is to start slow, to ensure that the state is paying the county back in an appropriate amount of time. We don't want the county to be flipping a full bill for 90 days or anything like that. So we're going to start very slow with it, fill those positions, and Tabitha, thank you very much for her work on this, and she'll be orchestrating the grant for us, as she is very experienced and well-versed at doing that, and we'll submit those and get paid back. I would like to just point out that a lot of jurisdictions around the state have struggled with the ARPA funds and with this whole process by different departments not working together. As the courthouse, each of those departments have to work together and with their chief judge to come up with a plan. And they've been struggling around the state of Georgia, and different people having struggles with their counties. We are fortunate here in Paulding County that the department heads have worked very closely together. Allison and Chief Judge Beavers have done an outstanding job in bringing us together to create a united front, and that's why we are approved with the total dollar amount. And with that, I'll answer any questions you might have.
Are you taking applications?
Not until you say yes, then I will be. Yes, sir.
Great job explaining that, Matthew. And thank you, Allison, for the work that you've put into it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item number 20 this morning is discuss action to authorize the emergency gravity sewer line replacement under Highway 381 into Homestead Drive, along with the pavement repair of the roadway with Wade Coots Company, in an amount not to exceed $212,515, located in Post 1. Ms. Ashmore is available for explanation.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Our Somerset pump station, located on Dallas Ackworth Highway, pumps south through a force main that parallels Dallas Ackworth down toward the Timberlands neighborhood. And that pump station serves Somerset as well as a couple of other upstream neighborhoods. It discharges into a manhole on Highway 381 directly across from the entrance to Timberlands. And it connects to a gravity system that flows down through Timberlands. A few weeks ago, we had a report of sewage coming through the pavement at the entrance to Timberlands. And we have done we and Wade Coots have done a substantial amount of exploration to come up with a system that could, first of all, stabilize the situation during the holidays. And we put plates down and were able to keep everything open in the entrance to that neighborhood. Just so you have, just for perspective, Timberlands has over 200 homes and a single entrance. So we're working very, very hard to make sure that fire protection and citizen access to their homes is maintained. We worked with, and we've also worked with Gdot to keep that access open and make sure that that road is repaired appropriately. We have planned a jack and bore, which essentially we're going to drill under Highway 381 to replace the sewer line to minimize open cutting on Dallas-Ackworth Highway. We have about 200 feet of boring and a line to go through there, as well as 200 feet of PVC, and we'll be replacing a manhole to get everything back up and running. I will say we do have more exploration to be doing. We've had a number of breaks in lines, failures of the force mains in this corridor, and are looking at possible replacement strategies for that line that could also non-disruptive ways that we may be able to replace that force main. So we have requested and have the boring contractor scheduled now. The signs have gone out to the neighborhood, and we are requesting your authorization of this emergency repair by Wade Coots in an amount not to exceed $212,515.
Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Ashmore, for that report. And item number 21 is discuss action to authorize the chairman to execute a letter of support to Gdot for a single-lane roundabout at the intersection of Hiram Sudi Road, State Route 120 connector, and Davis Mill Road. This project would be located, this roundabout would be located in both Post 1 and Post 3. Mr. Jones to report.
Good morning. The county currently has a project under design for a single-lane roundabout at the intersection of State Route 120 connector, otherwise known as Hiram Sudi Road, Davis Mill Road North, Davis Mill Road South. Anybody who's been through there, particularly in the peak hour periods, AM, PM, suffers from pretty significant delays. It's configured as an always stop, so while it's probably safe, it's just not very efficient at all. So we've been, obviously with the board support, we've programmed a project currently in the preliminary engineering phase for that intersection. Gdot, with staff help, selected this project for one of their operational improvements under the Operational Improvement Program, and they provided $1.15 million in construction funding for that project to construct it. With the state involvement, we need to go through their plan development process, and one of the items they require is basically a letter of support from the local government saying that they support the project. Obviously, Gdot doesn't want to go along, spend time and money on a project, and the local government does not support it. That has happened before. I was actually on a project one time when I was in state government, and the local government did not support it, so it does happen. So it's essentially a housekeeping item, and we're presenting that to you today. And I can answer any questions you may have.
Any idea on the start date?
Again, I don't want to give you that right at the moment. We've still got to go through some items of the PDP. We have to backtrack a little bit because of where we are. But I can update you on that as we go along. The monthly reports I provide you all, I try to keep that updated. So as we get a little bit further along, I can provide you a little bit more of a concrete date on that project.
It's a great place for a roundabout.
one of many, trying to get them installed. So we got plenty of needs.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
So that's the conclusion of our regular business today. No one has signed up to speak on non-agenda items. And at this time, would any of the post commissioners like to make any announcements or celebrations or anything on their mind this morning you want to share? How many stayed up for the whole game? Pretty exciting. Yeah, after 4 decades, right?
Then you were so excited you couldn't sleep afterwards.
Well, my comment today would be reference to 2021, and I think I brag on the board a lot, but I really would like to recognize the work of the post commissioners for 2021. They're different backgrounds, therefore the diversity brings strengths, good chemistry in the board, and I'm just real proud of the work that they do, and I'm glad I can be a part of it. So I'm grateful to you guys, and I'll tell Keith separately, excited about 2022 and all the many things that Baker Street has on his list. Now that we all have on our list, so my gratitude. So we do need executive session. Anybody else got anything? We do need a real estate executive session this morning, and I'll entertain a motion that we go into executive session for real estate.
Make a motion that we go into executive session for real estate.
Have a motion by Commissioner Caker. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Stover. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we are adjourned. I'll call the regular session back to order and report no action has been taken, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Commissioner Stovers, and second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Caker. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned.